Those were some pretty darn good games.
Patrick lofts it into the end zone. Easy touchdown. Chiefs bring some pressure. Locke escapes and takes off. Running all the way to the end zone. This possession. Gordon could not have been and lost the ball. Gordon fumbles and it's picked up. Nick Bolton, the former Missouri Tiger, with a game-changing play.
In place of Kelsey on 3rd and 9. Good pocket. Minshew loads and fires, and it's deflected and caught. Cooper in motion. Dak throwing that way, and it's Clement into the end.
This week, it frustrated Dak Prescott. It frustrated Kellen Moore. And if they play again in a week, you're going to see a lot more of that. You didn't see that tonight, okay? There's no way the Eagles are going to be able to do things like that tonight. But that's what they're going to have to play against, potentially in a week.
And it's picked off. Leighton Vander.
And what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. We got the Week 18 finale recap. Of course, there's two games. They were both good. Let's get into the first one. Chiefs-Broncos. Chiefs came out with this thing. They go 28-24. They go to 12-5. Broncos fall to 7-10. In the season, Chiefs played really well. Of course, they had 28-24. Patrick Mahomes, though, 27-44, 272 touchdowns. He was 9 for 54 on the ground. He had some good runs. Derek Gore, 7 for 30. Decent. Same thing with Jared Buchanan. And Darrell Williams struggled a little, but he did have some big third down conversions. McCall Hardman had a great game. 8 for 103. Byron Pringles, 5 for 56. Travis Kelce, 4 for 34 and a big touchdown and a huge third down conversion. Darrell Williams had some good catches. And same thing with Jared Buchanan. Defensively, they honestly played really well. Of course, Nick Bolton had the fumble return touchdown. They didn't play great. I got to admit that. They were not really containing Drew Lock. They played well enough to win, though. They weren't really stopping the run, but I think they didn't play terrible. They didn't play great, though. Broncos, Drew Lock, 12 for 24, 162. He wasn't exactly inaccurate. Just wasn't very consistent. Melvin Gordon, 12 for 110, the touchdown. He was great on the ground. Javonte Williams, not so much. He had a rough game. Drew Lock, of course, had those 2 touchdowns. Tim Patrick, big game, 6 for 95. Jerry Jeudy got open the whole game. He only had 2 catches, though. Kind of having trouble connecting with Drew Lock, so yeah. And then defensively, though, honestly, they could have played a lot worse. Shelby Harris had a good sack. Overall, they actually played really good at containing the offense. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been better, but I wouldn't say they were terrible. Now let's go to the now let's actually just see what their goals were and see how they did. Okay, now for the Chiefs offense, I said run the ball 20-plus times. They were in it close to there. 20-plus points in the second half. They didn't get there, but they did score in the second half, and they had some big conversions. No turnovers. They didn't turn over the ball and check downs and screens. They did that. Overall, I think this offense does get a plus. They played well. They played a really good defense. I think they played good. The Broncos defense is one of the best in the NFL, in my opinion. As a result, they ended up playing. They played well enough to win. I think Mahomes had a good game. They definitely didn't make a ton of mistakes. Yeah, they could have ran the ball better, but other than that, I think they were good. Chiefs defense, I think they played okay. That's why I'll give them an underscore. They really didn't stop the run. They didn't keep them under 20 points, but they made some big plays that ended up resulting in a win. So I think they did make some big plays. They just had to play better. Broncos, they didn't really run the ball enough. They did not run it for 220. They did get 20-plus points, though. I will give them an underscore. They ran the ball really well. They just needed to run it a lot more, and they would have got the 220. I definitely think so. They ran the ball really well. Broncos defense, though, 2 high safeties, 100% of the snaps, yup, and bring pressure with 4 rushers. They definitely got that done. Just some plays, like, it's not going to work. Honestly, going to give them a plus. They played fantastic. Really good game against a good offense. I think both the Chiefs offense and the Broncos defense, considering how good they both played a good football game. The other side of the ball was a little different, but the Chiefs defense and the Broncos offense played okay. The Chiefs offense and the Broncos defense, the strengths of the two teams played well. Okay, next game. Now for the nightcap. Cowboys took this thing out. Let's see if this thing will load. Yeah, they won 51-26. The 51 points, they ran the ball really well. But Cowboys are now 12-5. Eagles fall to 9-8. This game's kind of meaningless for the Eagles. Cowboys not really though. Dak Prescott 21 of 27, 295, 5 touchdowns. He had a monster game, best game of his career without a doubt. Zeke ran the ball, probably his best game of the season in my opinion. 18 for 87. Corey Clement 7 for 56. Jaquan Hardy and Ito Smith both had good touchdowns. Cedric Wilson is definitely his career game. 5 for 119, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb had a couple of big catches. Same thing with Amari Cooper. He had 5 though. Dalton Schultz had 2 touchdowns, and Corey Clement had the record-breaking touchdown for Dak. Defensively, they were actually really good. Other than a couple plays in the first half, they were really good. They had three sacks. Pick. They really got pressure. Kelvin Joseph was amazing. Leighton Vander Esch had that pick. He was all over the field. Malik Hooker had a good game too. He was breaking up a lot of passes. DeMarcus Lawrence had a big sack. Same thing with Terrell Basham. Overall, I think his defense played pretty well. Then for the Eagles, Gardner Minshew wasn't great. 19 to 32, 33, 186, 2 touchdowns. He wasn't bad by any means, but he had a lot of pressure, playing a good defense. Kind of what I expected. Kenneth Gainwell was good. 12 for 78 touchdown. Probably should have ran the ball more. Jason Huntley wasn't great. 13 for 51. Gardner Minshew had to escape some pressures. Quez Watkins, 5 for 84 and a touchdown. Good game for him. Devontae Smith had some big catches. Broke the Eagles' rookie receiving record. Tyree Jackson, 3 for 22 and a touchdown. Big touchdown for him. Defensively, they were actually pretty darn bad. They just let Dak throw it really well. They didn't really do anything well. Kayvon Wallace got burned the whole game. Sean Bradley didn't play well. A lot of their starters were out, though. That's the problem. So, yeah, you kind of expected that. Okay, now for the Cowboys offense. They said run the ball for over 150. They got there, and then 35 plus minutes of possession time. They had the ball a lot of the game. I really think they played well. Obviously, they're getting a plus. They put up 51 points. Cowboys defense under 25 minutes possession times and points. They didn't get under 20 points, but they played really well. I'll give them a plus. Eagles offense over 200 yards rushing and 300 yards passing. Not even close. They didn't play well. I'm not going to give them a minus. I'll give them an underscore. They did put up points. They did stay with the Cowboys at least for the most of the first half. And then kind of got pulled away. Eagles defense, of course, they had a lot of starters out. As a result, they ended up losing. Stop the run. They didn't really do that. They didn't really get under 5 third down conversions because there really wasn't any third downs. And when there was, they didn't stop them. Either way, guys, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy. That's going to be the end of the Week 18 finale recap. Of course, we got the Week 18 recap tomorrow. 14 games today. Hope you guys enjoy them. And then, yeah, it's the end of the regular season. Then we'll go to the playoffs.